It's Sunday, it's 9 p.m. and this is Way of the Exploding Show, party people. Sorry, my headphones weren't working there. A little bit off-putting. How you doing? I've been watching you gathering in Instagram land. If you're in Insta, hi there. I've obviously just popped up as a Jason Bradbury is live. That's very exciting, isn't it? Very, very exciting. And hello to everyone over on X. Prof Giles saying hello from the X platform. Scooby Cat, Brompton, Dr. Oculus, Big Jesse, you are all in Twitch land. Dr. Oculus also on YouTube, as is Profusion. That's a great name. Hi from Kidderminster near Stourbridge. How you doing? So you probably know I'm from that neck of the woods, from Stourbridge originally. Good to see you. So as you probably know, Way of the Exploding Show goes out every Sunday 9 p.m. and it's on multiple platforms. I'm aware this music is rather loud. Multiple platforms simultaneously, simulcast, which is why I'm able to talk to oh hi Chloe from ShutX. Right, okay, Chloe, right. I can't contact you via direct message. That's what DM stands for on Instagram. You have to allow me because your account is private, all right? So if you go to my account, Jason Bradbury on Instagram, we're both following each other. You need to allow me to contact you, then I can make contact and we'll sort that issue out, okay? We'll completely sort it. Do not worry. It's all good. Right, okay, Greyhorn, Surfer Moore, Sever TLN, OJ Adventure, Loving the Prone Life, Mac Bravos, all of you are over there on Instaland. Ponder, PRG, how you doing? Chloe, I just want to make sure, oh there you go. I was going to say, I want to make sure that you're happy and that you've understood that. Do not worry at all, we'll sort it. Thank you very much, good, you got the message, cool, alright? If you do that now, then I can contact you this evening. Okay, cool. So, yes, Way of the Exploding Show is a show that I do every Sunday night. We cover sort of digital post-noughties pop culture. So, anything from the 80s and 90s and anything contemporary that reflects the 80s and 90s. But I'm going on a little bit because we haven't even started the show. We need a roll VT. Let's go, lads. Philip Hoy won't cut it. We need a roll VT in chat, and then we'll get this party started right. We've got one. Let's do it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are here, we are gathered. We've got loads of cool stuff coming your way, we've got a great interesting news item. You'll love it actually, I think you'll really like it. A little bit of chat about the show's sponsored Control AI Delete, the movie that sponsors this show, which we now have a firm Kickstarter date for launch. Although those of you that are signed up via controlaidelete.net to the newsletter will know that, because the newsletter went out today and it was all about the various reward tiers that we're going to be doing on the Kickstarter, and more importantly, confirmation that the movie, our feature-length comedy written by me and a stand-up comedian friend of mine called Mark Felgate, and of which many of you in chat are a huge part of, we have a date, a firm date. We're going to be launching the Kickstarter for Control AI Delete on the 30th of August. That's when it's all going to start rolling. I was just looking for the assets to pop in there. Yeah, we're launching on the 30th of August. It's really, really exciting. We're going to run it for a total of 40 days. And we've got some great rewards. We'll have some different rewards that we pop in as the time moves on. More on that shortly. What's that, 30/40 Ponder? 40 days we're running it for. Dr. Oculus has just very kindly dropped the URL controlAIdelete.net into chat. Go along there if you're watching this show, and at the very least, just put your name into the newsletter slot. Sign up for the newsletter. Literally, you're not going to get spammed. It's just me sat here typing the newsletter out. I was going to say every week. It's sort of every 2 weeks, although I might try and increase the frequency now. We're moving towards the Kickstarter. We are a mere month away. Oh my God, it's so cool. It's scary and really, really exciting. So I've been talking to my Kickstarter expert. Many of you all know Chris from Games You Loved. He's a really clever marketeer, and I've been getting loads of interesting ideas and just checking that the rewards that we've got coming up are going to be good. So that's our sponsor. Thank you very, very much. I love you guys. Many of you have already bought merch, like this t-shirt, which you'll see. And there's hoodies and mugs, as you can see, and loads of other cool stuff that you can get your hands on as when the Kickstarter launches, and even before that if you go to the website. Marvellous stuff. Let's get some tunes in the house. Okay. Right. How's everyone? Let's have a look at chat. Let's just see what you've been up to. What have you all been up to? Let me know in chat. I'm going to scoot over to Instagram. Thank you, Chloe. I see it. Chloe, in the middle of the show, it's difficult to discuss that in the show, my darling. So just let me contact you afterwards. I'll explain, actually. I'll tell everyone what's going on. Basically, I sold Chloe a laptop, or my son did, and it turns out it's not working as she expected. But Chloe, you probably don't know me, but trust me, you're safe, all right? We will sort it out. We'll give you a full refund, or we'll get it working, whatever you want, all right? But I can't really discuss it during the show. Thanks for the no problem, Chloe. I appreciate that. Okay, so hello to Corey Montage, Cam Deezer, Craig Mahonen, T4 Adventures, which I'm guessing means VW T4 California. Is that what we're talking about? Are we talking about a camper van? Oh my God, the camper vans were out in force today in Newquay. It's been an incredible day. Some of you in the Discord, in fact, if you could, Dr. Oculus, pop the Discord into chat for me, the link to the Discord for this show. It's really good. Some of you will be aware that just before I went on air, I got out of the water. That's why I'm a bit snotty. The weather in Cornwall, I don't know what it's like in the rest of Britain. Let me know, actually, in chat. It's been incredible. Yesterday was good. Today was amazing. And the surf, oh my God. I was in the water, half an hour ago, I was still in the water over at South Fistral. I can just walk to it from my house, although we did go in the van. And it's just superb. Grant Schlade has been to Manchester for a wedding. DX5, finally you made it to the beginning of the show. Great to see you, man. Skewy Cat, yes, went to Skeggy this week. No AI takeover just yet, says Skewy Cat, referring to the central narrative of this show's sponsor, Control AI Delete, a comedy about a rogue AI that takes over the Western world, basically brings it to its knees, blackout, runs on the banks, chaos. It's all a bit purgy on the streets, but a bunch of uber geeks, friends at a retro gaming conference in Skegness, realised that they might be able to fight back using 80s and 90s computers. Come on. How good does that sound? That's the movie, which is what Skewy Cat's referring to. Go along to controlAIdelete.net. Sign up for the newsletter. We've only got 30 days to go until the Kickstarter starts. It's going to be really exciting. Prof. Giles, I've had a lovely day gardening, a.k.a. the hip-hop horticulturalist. I like that. And dipping in and out of the Olympics. Oh, what's not to love? Well, we might be talking Olympics in a moment, Prof. Giles. Just back from Deadpool and Wolverine. Skewy Cat, give me the one-sentence review. I've seen mixed reviews, but I'm very, very open to it. And a couple of people that I really trust, especially on Discord, said, no, it's good, go for it. Let me know what you think. Was it you I was talking to? I can't remember. Philip Hoy says, the sun was out in Bath today. Oh, I was there for a roast dinner to recover from a few beers on Saturday night. Sounds like an absolute winner. Force Ghost Jeremy, we're off to Centre Parks tomorrow. Oh, you lucky what's it? For a few days. Which one are you going to? The first family holiday 5 years. God, man, yeah. Can't wait to relax in the water park. Force Ghost Jeremy, some very good friends of mine came down to Cornwall this week. We had a great time with some amazing food. Went for a bodyboard, but the weather just wasn't right for the whole week, and I felt really bad for these guys. I think you're going to be all right, though. I think you're going to be fine. Let me just check what is happening in Instaland. I think you need a video part in our surf footy. Oh, yeah. Surf. Hang on, I'm getting very confused. Finn William, explain what you mean, brother. I might be able to work out what you mean. You need to just define what surf footy is. One-wheeler footage from this morning is 10 out of 10. Oh, it's Finn William. How you doing, bro? How are you doing? I met this man this morning with his super cool 4K camera, going out with a very well-known longboarder by name of Sand Bandit, who's a local legend, who makes great T-shirts, actually. You should check him out on Instagram, Sand Bandit. And, of course, Finn William, P-H-I-N-N, William. And I believe that you're referring to... What are you referring to? Yeah, maybe you need me on a surfboard in your documentary. Is that what you're saying? You don't. I suck. I love surfing. I love it, but I suck at surfing. Blakey UK, I've had an amazing day using a solar telescope. Good grief, what? How cool is that? The sun is peppered with loads of sunspots at the moment. Blakey UK, would you put some of those on Instagram so I can see them, or maybe DM me them? Oh, Psychic Janet just arrived. I just saw her pop up on my phone. Blakey, I'm gonna have a look, Blakey. If you can look at that, send me a Instagram DM, direct message, or whack one on your feed. I'd like to see what that looks like. Bert Ramsey Photography, how you doing, Bert? Barney Works, Dwizzle999, Robert Delamuro. Good to see all of you. Loads of people in Instagram. I love that. Absolutely awesome. Brilliant. Going to move across to... We'll have a look at Supersonic Jim. Evening, good to see you, sir. Was reading your Discord chat, Supersonic. Thanks to those of you who responded to my newsletter this week on Control AI Delete, in which I was asking you about the rewards. It's really good for the Kickstarter that's happening in a month, in case you just joined. I don't mean to be like a car salesman, but I've got to make it relevant, guys, to people that have just joined. It's really useful, you know. Well, I mean, living in this time when you have an idea and you're not sure where to go with it, you're hoping to create an experience that people will buy and enjoy and feel value from. It's absolutely invaluable to get first-hand responses. So do hit me up with your responses. I really mean it. I'm not just playing around. Read the newsletter because I can see who's opened it and who hasn't. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go along to Control AI Delete and it'll all become clear. It's an exciting comedy movie project, and there's a place where you can put your email in, and I'll send you a newsletter once or twice a week. That's it, no spam. Luke has just said hello on the phone. Luke, come into chat, mate. If you can see me, get into chat, and we'll talk. We'll talk retro gaming, and that's kind of what we're about on this show. Where the Exploding Show is all about 80s and 90s retro, vintage. Arcade, music, movie and TV culture. We talk about those two decades directly, but we also talk about modern projects and things that are happening now that are reminiscent of those eras. And I couldn't have set up today's news more efficiently if I tried. My goodness. To say that the news item this week references those two decades is an understatement. I'm trying to cue the news in. For some reason, the news thing isn't coming in. There we go. We're going to change the music right now. We're going to step things up a little bit. Okay, great news item this week. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you, not that many of you will have failed to hear about this so far. I'm sure you'll be down with it. But I'll introduce you to the incredible concept of breakdancing at the Olympics. That's right. Paris 2024 will be the first Olympics to feature breakdancing, or breaking as they've been keen to make sure we refer to it as, and I am absolutely stoked about this. I'm so excited. You'll see a picture of me in a minute come up breakdancing. There's an image that I thought represented the origins, kind of Brooklyn, the Bronx, turn of the 70s into the 80s. Now that's a more modern image of a sport that has matured. Well, it wasn't even a sport when I was into it. It was an artistic expression, and it still is. But the competitions that they now enter, the kind of power moves that they do, the combinations and the way that they are judged is so technical. It's a sport as well as a way of artistically expressing yourself. There's me, look. That is me at the Street Sounds party about 18 years ago. Trying to go into a one-handed, what would that have been, like a 1990 probably. Absolutely superb. I'm so excited about this. I've written a little news story about it. I've been scouring the internet for information. So yes, breakdancing or breaking has officially been announced and shown at the opening sequence to the Olympics. I'll start that again because I'm going to make this into a news story. Breakdancing has arrived. Yes, it's making its debut this summer at the Olympics 2024 in Paris. Breaking finally is going to rock the global stage. And representing the UK, I thought you'd find this really, really interesting. We've got an incredible B-girl called Roxy and several other girls, because of course there's two categories, male and female categories, and B-boy LB. They're going to be bringing the A game to the competition. You can actually find information about our team. If I can try and find it on there. Where is it? On the interweb. There's a website called breakinggb.org. So it's Team BG Breaking, and it's a really cool site with a bit of street art on it and stuff. And they've also got biogs of the various team members. Let me just go backwards on this. We've got, for the boys, you've got B-boy Just Ice, Kid Karam, LB, and Shiku, and Sunny. And the girls that I can see featured are Shortbread, Roxy, Melody. They've got some great names. Let's have a look at Roxy because I did mention her. We'll just go to her profile. She's a former, get this, world trampolining champion, so she'll definitely have the fitness and the agility required. And she's now established herself over the last few years as a major force on the international breakdance circuit, having competed in Europe, America, and Asia. She's fast becoming one of the top B-girls on the planet. That's what we want to hear. We want Breaking GB to be the absolute best. She's well known for her incredible freezes and flexibility, as well as effortless power. She's an amazing show performer with a mesmerizing presence and an array of awe-inspiring moves, which never fail to amaze her audience. Come on, Roxy! Come on, Breaking GB! I absolutely love it. And we'll just introduce you to one of the boys. I did mention LB. I was looking at their profiles. Anton, a.k.a. B-Boy LB, started breakdancing in 2003 when he was taught by B-Boy Nige from Street Crew, after dancing with street dance crews such as Street Vibes and Floor Riders. He started battling solo, and he's now a force to be reckoned with. He became the first ever winner, get this, of the Red Bull BC1 UK Cypher in 2016. He's competed at various national and international events, including the 2022 European and World Breakdance Championships. That's B-Boy LB. Big shout out to you and the rest of the Olympic breaking crew. Oh my God. Team GB breaking crew. I mean, it brings shivers to the spine. As an ex-B-boy myself, I just love it. I wish I had some... I don't know where my B-boy tune playlist is. What have we got here? No, I don't have any electro or old school hip hop. Talking of which, by the way, you know Street Sounds Radio. I DJ, do a show for them every Friday at 1 p.m. It's called the Street Sounds Time Machine. It's really cool. And I play quite a lot of electro and hip hop, but I play a mix of like jazz, funk, and soul and house and stuff. But Street Sounds Radio, I should just bring this up actually, which you can find if you write streetsoundsradio.com. I've just launched a second channel called Crucial Hip Hop and Electro, and it's great. It launched this week, so there's now two stations, if you like, two channels on the station, and you can listen to it via the app, and it's all the old school beats. In fact, talking about that reminds me, getting back to the story, that there are also Olympic DJs. How cool is that? There are Olympic DJs, and their job is to just bring out, you know, the record box and throw down some vinyl. I'm guessing it's probably, you know, I don't know if they're using vinyl or they might be using CDJs or DDJs. But rock a playlist that will bring out, you know, an incredible performance from the dancing crews. I mean, I don't know what I'd rather do, be a breaker in the Olympics or be a DJ, man. just spinning those tunes and dropping, Al Nafish the Soul, or hip hop bebop, or just bringing out Breaker's Revenge. And just dropping those beats, or Soul Makossa, some cool sort of Brazilian kind of like calypso vibe, with like a break beat. I would love that. I really would love it. Incredible. Just to finish off the story, competitors are judged on musicality, technique, creativity, and overall performance. Yeah, the musicality thing is good, because there's no point is it chucking down some power moves if you're not expressing when the music drops. So when you get to the chorus and you just kind of show that you're listening to the music. The Guardian highlighted that breakdancing has spun its way from the streets to the Olympic arena, bringing its unique flair to the global spotlight. And I, for one, think it's incredible to see our beloved breakdancing, because many people that watch Wave the Exploding Show are ex-B-boys, B-girls. You're all fans of hip-hop, electro, and the groove, the funk that came from that era. It's great to see that the dynamic moves, the street art, the street culture is being recognised on the world stage. It's so exciting. So there you go. Go along to breakinggb.org. Check that out. Look for what they call the Elite Squad, which is their squad going. They're there in Paris right now. I don't think it's going to be on for a couple of weeks. Right now. So we're going to have to wait until we actually see them in action. Let me just go to chat. Let me go to chat. They are having an esports Olympics in 2025 over in Saudi. Philip, hi. Are they really? Wow, that sounds great. There is the Team GB app. Not seen anything on the team on the app. Will look, says Skewy Cat. Does that mean this is a breaking news story? I think it does. Nice. I can find nothing on the Team GB app. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if, the snooty Olympic culture, isn't keen on sharing their news feeds with the cool kids. But who cares? I love it, man. Imagine getting what are the tracksuits going to be like? I mean, b-boy, b-girl culture, breaking culture, hip-hop, electro in the early 80s grabbed, sportswear and made it streetwear, right? You know what I mean? Like my Adidas Gazelles, my shell top Adidas, they were meant to be sports shoes, My high tops were meant to be for basketball. But no, I tagged them up and I started, moonwalking in them. Popping and locking, do you know what I'm saying? Doing the stuff, you know the deal. So what are the tracksuits going to be like? The tracksuits are going to be absolutely incredible. They might have some graffiti on them or something like that. I hope so. And what's it going to be like to have a gold medal? You're a street dancer and you've got a gold medal, man. I love it. I love it. DX is saying, DX5, when I started working in my first broadcast station, there was a breakdance group that came to record a hip-hop jingle on top of a Beastie Boys song. We recorded it in Fiddle Pack format. I have no idea what that is. Is that some kind of industry standard? Lossless format? No idea. Yeah, Prof. Giles, shiny white Kappa tracksuits all round. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, baby. I love it. So there we go. That's the end of that story. Love it. It's going to pop over to Insta. Make sure that I haven't ignored my Insta family. DJ every time, says Psychic Janet. Proper tunes just joined. Good timing. Just talking about DJs at the Olympics. I mean, come on. It doesn't get much better than that. Okay. Right. So we'll just get rid of that story. Okay, yeah, I'm looking at the time now. I'm thinking that we should jump to the quiz. Should we go quiz time? Let's get that quiz going, guys. Okay, so each week here on Wave the Exploding Show, we like to run a quiz. It's become very well known. It's called Wave the Exploding Quiz. On Wave the Exploding Show, and the concept is that I ask you a question. I give you 4 potential answers, and if you know the answer, all you need to do in chat is write the answer in, or an abbreviation of it, not 1, 2, 3 or 4 or ABCD, and also don't embellish, because we find it spoils it for other people. Even if you're 100% sure and you can't believe how easy it is, Don't tell anyone, all right? Because that spoils it for peeps. That's right. Well, Ponder calls it Cuisine McQuizface, but that's fine. That's absolutely fine. We are still throwing down shapes, Jay says Skewy Cat. You better believe it. You better believe it. Okay, here we go. Good luck, everyone. Question number 1. How many gold medals, Olympics theme, wouldn't you know it, did Great Britain get in the 1980 Olympic Summer Games? How many medals? Did they get 5, 9, 3, or 12? Nice tune, this. All the music in this show comes from Epidemic Sound. I recommend that service if you make content. It's very reasonably priced. Good content. Remember to go along to controlaidelete.net. Join the newsletter. It's really helpful. We've only got 1 month to go until we go to the Kickstarter. It's going to be really, really exciting. 1.3 is not an answer, Rob H. Okay, it's going to pop across to the Instagrammer. Hi, Jeffrey! How you doing, brother? Hey, great to see you, man. So I popped up on your feed and you thought, oh, I'll have a look. What's Jace up to? Great to see you, you total legend. I'll tell you what I'm up to, Jeffrey. Something you might be interested in, my friend. This show goes out every Sunday. And sponsored by Control AI Delete, which is a movie that we're looking to fund. That's right, written by me and a good friend of mine. And we go to Kickstarter to try and fund a full-length feature film shot in Skegness on the 30th of August. That's when we do the Kickstarter. If you're interested in finding out more, maybe some of your students could get involved in some way, then drop me a message, my friend. Okay, that's question number 1. Question number 2 in tonight's Way of the Exploding Quiz. Still going with the Olympic theme. In what country did the 1980 Olympic Summer Games take place? Were they in Russia, USA, Germany, and Paris? Now remember, we don't Google, we don't chat GPT-4o these answers. We use the old grey matter, the wet computer. And even if you think the answer is really, really obvious, don't tell everyone, right? Because some people won't know. So just give us the answer, don't embellish. Thank you. Okay. Lots of answers coming in from Dr. Oculus on Twitch. York Terrorvision, how you doing? Good to see you. Prof. Giles, Skewy Cat, iQuail in the house, DX5. Philip Hoy still with us. We got Adman Star. Hello, how you doing? And the Sea. Eds. Jeffrey Fowler going for an answer. I won't say which one. My Retro Tech. It's great to have you with us, Jeffrey. Really is lovely. Psychic Janet. Psychic Janet, no. This show, Way of the Exploding Show, certainly will not stop after the Kickstarter. For various reasons. One, because I don't know if you're aware, Janet, but I was doing a show very similar to this with a good friend of everyone who watches this show, Bex, called 80s Electro Breakdance Party, and we did that for 3 years. We've only started this one at Christmas, I think, and did we start at Christmas? I can't even remember. We're about 25, 26 shows in now. 24 shows in. It's definitely going to continue because I love doing the show. The show is the show, but obviously this movie project is really, really important. That's why I decided to sponsor the show with it. But of course, should we get, touches wood, what we're after for the Kickstarter, then there'll be weekly news about how we're progressing the movie. And then eventually we'll get to film the movie, and then we'll be editing the movie, and then we'll be looking to honour all of your rewards, the things that we've pledged to you, and we'll be hopefully inviting you to come to a screening. We're going to do a red carpet event. There's loads of stuff going on for the next, oh my goodness, next year and a half. The next year and a half, 2 years at least. I'm guessing that making a movie isn't a quick process. If making television programs is anything to go by. Anyway, there we go. Hopefully that answers your question, Psychic Janet. I will look at your DM. I certainly will. Okay. Question number 3. Good luck, everybody. Who sang The Power of the Dream at the opening ceremony of the 1990 Atlanta Summer Olympics? Was it Bruce Springsteen, Celine Dion, Alanis Morissette, or Mariah Carey? Remember, don't Google. Philip Hoy just said, how about a sequel? Well, I guess one of the ideas, because we're self-funding this project, one of the ideas is to kind of circumvent the usual kind of nonsense that getting things commissioned with large budgets entails. Because I've written TV shows. You probably don't know this. Some of you probably do, actually, because you've been around a while. But anyway, and before I was on the Gadget Show, I did actually write and have commissioned a couple of shows that I was sort of associate producer on, and that I ended up hosting one of them. And the process is soul destroying. It takes such a long time, and you end up with no real sort of ownership of the product, creatively, financially, whatever. But the great thing is, if we can make, with your help, via Kickstarter, a half-decent film, a good film, a film that's funny, engaging, quirky, indie, offbeat, then we could look to get a more easy funding route for a sequel, Phil Hoy. You see where I was going with that? That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm very aware. I've mentioned it a lot, okay? I've mentioned it a lot. I'll get back to the quiz now. Question number 3, you've done it. Question number 4 in tonight's Rad Quiz. Here we go. In the original track and field arcade game, while we're still on an Olympic theme, that's out of 1984, which Olympic discipline was not featured? For the arcade game, track and field, what could you not compete in? Hammer throw, 110-meter hurdles, long jump, discus throw. Yeah, DX5 admitting that his discipline is music, and I would add synthesizers of the 80s and 90s. Am I right, DX5? And not sports, but there we go. Remember not to embellish in chat if you can remember to do that, just to give people a chance to get it right or wrong. Rob's BMX Addiction, how you doing? Great. You see, I love it. We're friends, you know what I mean? That's it. You're called Rob's BMX Addiction. We're basically, best mates. Dig Tipping, good to see you. Alex Hurren, nice to see you too. And Girl Did Good has just joined. That's question number 4 in tonight's Rad Quiz. We're going to go question 5 now. Which UK famous face launched his own Olympics-themed version of this popular arcade game in 1984, the previously mentioned track and field? Was it Steve Ovett, Sebastian Coe, Daley Thompson, or Duncan Goodhue? Which one of those had a game published by Ocean? I'll give you another clue there. Rob H just said, can you get a cameo of the Gadget Show in your movie? Like John Bentley is at the expo filming an item in the background. And then maybe get some, maybe they're outside because there is a big car pile up, which I think I've told you about previously when we've talked about the script elements. And there is a kind of comedy fatality. It's a comedy, folks, so don't think I'm sick. But it'd be quite funny, wouldn't it, if it was John Bentley got hit by a coach because the traffic lights clearly are malfunctioning because of the rogue AI. I don't know. I mean, I like to keep it its own fictional universe. You know what I mean? But that's quite funny. That's quite a funny idea. You've forgotten about Duncan Goodhue, I quail. Okay, look. Imagine me in a pair of trunks. All right, that's it. That's Duncan Goodhue. Job done. All right. So, question 6 on to you now. Abracadrywall. That is such a good company name. Abracadrywall has just joined. That's very funny. That is really funny. All right. Where are we? Question number 6, I think, isn't it? Yeah. Question number 6. What model was the famous blue car driven by Eddie Murphy's character in the 1984 film Beverly Hills Cop? So what car did Axel Foley drive? It's his own car, I think, in the movie. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure it was his own car. But he definitely drove it. It's blue. Sort of silvery blue. A Ferrari 308 GTS, a Chevrolet Nova, a Ford Mustang, or a Pontiac Firebird. Tricky. I'm going to warn you now, I'm going off on a little bit of a vehicle theme now. I kind of got carried away on the vehicles when I was preparing today's quiz. Philip Hoy just said, anything's possible in the Gadget Show multiverse. My God, yeah. Yeah, the multiverse, when Marvel first dropped the idea, it kind of worked, didn't it? And then, 7 multiverse films later, you're just like, oh God, this is just destroying the franchise. Okay, there we go. Lots of action from X, from Twitch, from YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. You're watching Way of the Exploding Show. It goes out every Sunday, 9 p.m. You can watch it on X retrospectively. You can watch it tomorrow for the rest of the week, for all time if you want. And YouTube, it stays on both those platforms, which is rather cool, isn't it? But it's great to watch it live because you can talk to me. You can ask me anything. You can take part in the quiz. And it's simulcast. It's simulcast on all those platforms I just mentioned at the same time. How cool is that? Your Brothers Hi-Fi. I recognise that name. Good to see you. Baba TB, Russell Rubas, just joining on the Insta platform. Stay around. Dive in. The water's great. We're just playing a quiz. And this is the next question. In the new Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F on Netflix, is the new Beverly Hills Cop Axel F on Netflix the second Beverly Hills Cop movie, the third Beverly Hills Cop movie? Is it the fourth Beverly Hills Cop movie, or could it be the fifth Beverly Hills Cop movie? Okay. Once I articulated that correctly, it kind of made sense. Over to you. Good luck. So if you do nothing else, if you've not already done it, go along to controlaidelete.net. It's just a way of you sort of paying back for the show, the content that I provide every Sunday, simply by joining up to our newsletter. And all you'll get is me typing news and info about Control AI Delete, our UK British feature film comedy that we're trying to fund on Kickstarter in, I was going to say in September, but it starts 30th of August. I won't spam you, I won't give you details to anyone. I'll just send you a newsletter and try and keep you informed as this amazing community film project progresses. We're playing Way of the Exploding Quiz. You are watching Way of the Exploding Show. That was question number 7. And we're now going to bring up question number 8. So the 8th question in this evening's Uber quiz. So what we want you to do is name the white car driven by Don Johnson's character Sonny Crockett in Miami Vice. Was it a Ferrari Testarossa? Was it a Ferrari 365 GTS 4 Daytona Spider? Was it a Lamborghini Countach LPI 804? Or was it a 1982 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am? Really interesting watching the way you go in these options coming up in chat. Some interesting options in chat. So we've seen Axel F. Have we seen Axel F? The latest Beverly Hills Cop movie on Netflix. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. What do we think in chat? Interested to know. I also asked you earlier your thoughts on another movie, on Deadpool. What do you think of the latest Deadpool movie? Just give me a sentence. I'd like to know whether I should book a ticket this week. I'd like to go with my daughter. I've been watching Welcome to Wrexham. Have you seen that? It's on the Disney Channel, on Disney Plus. And it's about Ryan Reynolds and his business partner, another actor from Hollywood, who bought Wrexham Football Club in Wales. I'm sure Philip Hoy knows all about this. It's really great. It's a really great story. As far as I'm aware, the community are very welcoming. I mean, I don't know, post the series, he might have done a runner, I don't know. But it seems like a genuine passion project, and it's gripping stuff. It's really great. It's also very, very funny. So what have we got? I say book a ticket, and if it sucks, I'll pay you back. Dr. Oculus. Can't say fairer than that, mate. That's nice. I appreciate that. I really like Deadpool and Wolverine, says iQuail. I was laughing pretty much all the way through. It's super good fun. Great, then that is it. That's done. I'll go with my daughter. Job done. I've been editing the trailer, actually, to our own movie this week. Well, it's not a trailer, it's a sizzle reel with director of photography Sam, who's a local, really talented filmmaker. And it was funny because we were editing one of the comedy sequences because we shot, if you remember from previous chats on this show, we've shot a couple of sequences, just a little bit of footage with our lead actor, Josh, who's trained at RADA and has been looking for the right kind of role. And he's got a lot of intensity, but he's also, I think, he's quite funny. And we were looking at how to edit the sequence because it didn't quite work. And we realised that what we were doing, we were kind of doing a kind of, if you like, a TikTok edit for the doc. We were trying to keep the documentary pacey because we haven't got much time. But then when it came to the movie, we were doing a kind of cinematic edit. So there's a very different rhythm. And when we actually matched the rhythms up a little bit, we speeded up the film edit. It suddenly became much funnier. And one of the things that we looked at were the trailers and the social media content for Deadpool. Because, as you say, iQuail, it's really funny stuff. So that's quite an interesting reference there. Philip Boyd says, I'd say it's worth a watch, and I'm not a big fan of the Deadpool character. Ultimately, the story doesn't really affect the overarching story of the MSU. Yeah, he does feel slightly separate. Although he does those kind of postmodern bits to camera, doesn't he? About Disney and about the MCU. I forget the line he uses, which I'm imagining it still in the movie. They were certainly in the trailer. Good stuff. Just jumping over to Insta in case anyone's talking about that. I wouldn't want to ignore you. Yeah, Psychic Janet says that they are interested in watching it too, so that was good. Was watchable, said Eds. Axel F. Axel F was watchable. Yeah, I thought it was watchable. I thought it was good. I liked it, but I'm a big fan of that whole world. I'm a bit of a sort of 80s movie geek. So I was seeing all the references, and there was a lot of kind of intertextuality going on, which I really enjoyed. And Wolverine Deadpool was okay. All right, good. Could be better, says Adman Store and The Sea, but it's okay. Yes, it was good, Psychic Janet. Okay, cool. Cool. Let me just get some fresh tunes going. Right, question number 9, ladies and gentlemen, is where we're at. I'm right, aren't I? Yeah, we are. Question number 9 in this evening's Way of the Exploding Quiz. Who is associated with a 1982 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am? So I'm kind of flipping the last question on its head. Ricardo Tubbs, Michael Knight, John McClane, or Alex James Murphy? So this is a sort of double-edged question, this. These are character names, so you kind of need to remember the names of the characters. I'm not giving it to you via the movie. And then you need to know why that particular car is famous. So it might have been in all of them. It could have featured in one or two of them, but it's the main car. It's really, well, I'm not going to embellish it too much. The main car in a very successful 80s piece of intellectual property that features a character called either Ricardo Tubbs, Michael Knight, John McClane, or Alex James Murphy. Yo, Surf City Cycles, how you doing? Good to see you. I keep seeing your stickers around Nuki, which is quite cool. I hope that shoot that I saw you doing with your fantastic t-shirts. Go along and see surf_city_cycles, folks, on Instagram. Andrew makes some lovely t-shirts. I wish I was wearing mine. I've got a lovely kind of pink one, haven't I? Beautiful. Hi, Kieran. All your questions coming, your answers coming in. Question number 9 in this evening's Way of the Exploding Quiz. And here we go with the final question tonight. So it's a vehicle, it's not a car though. Name the bike from the 1988 Japanese classic animation film Akira. I'm guessing, judging by the caliber of my audience, that most of you will have watched Akira and be aware of it. If you haven't, make that your goal this week. My God, what an incredible piece of work that is. What's the name of the bike? The bike from that movie. Is it Canada Bike, Light Cycle, Injector, or Kuchi Sabishi Bike? DX5 says, you know number 9, question number 9. Well, you should have put the answer in there, my friend, and then you could get a point. We're going to go back in a moment. When we've finished with this last question, we go back to the beginning and then we just go through and you tell me what you've got out of 1, 2. So let's say you've got 2 questions right out of 3. It's 2/3, right? And we have a race to see, first of all, if we've got a 10 out of 10er, which we've had several times on this show. And also if we've got more than one, or if not, there can be a fight to the end to see if you get the last question. We have a single winner. It's always good fun. Popping over to the Insta. Lots of answers coming in. Psychic Janet, Nick Krez, how you doing? Al Olive just joined. Kieran. Adam Starr. Okay, I think we're there. At 10 to 10. We're on time as well, which is not bad, is it? Okay, so that is the end of the questions. Well done, team. That is the end of the Way of the Exploding Quiz. Well done. Okay, so we're now going to go back to the very, very beginning. And we're going to have a look at the answers and sound off out of, 1, 2, 3, whatever it is, as we go along, what you might have got. So question number 1, how many gold medals did Great Britain get in the 1980 Olympics, the Summer Games? The answer was 5. We only got 5. We only got 5, which is not a great prize haul, is it? Just bear with me. Yeah, we got 5 gold medals, 7 silver medals, and 9 bronze medals. I was just interested to know what the total score was. So not a great score for you. No, not many golds apart from York Television so far, who's got 1 out of 1, 0 out of 1 for Putty Cat, for Prof Jar, 1 out of 1 for Prof, Philip 0. Rob. Bruce as well. Okay, question number 2. In what country did the 1980 Olympic Summer Games take place? Russia, US, Germany, or... Oh, I wrote Paris. I meant France. It's an honest mistake. What do we think? The answer is... It was in Russia. It was in Russia. So if you got that right, well done. Yeah, it was the Moscow Games, 1980, and of course, as Bruce93 just mentioned in chat, there were various countries not competing. Well, the USA notably didn't compete, and so the fact that we only got 5 gold medals isn't that impressive, really, is it? 1 out of 2 for DX5, 2 out of 2 for York Television, 1 out of 2 for Prof, 0, Puddycat, iQuail, and Philip Hoy. Great start. Okay, right. Question number 3. Who sang The Power of the Dream at the opening ceremony of the 1990 Atlanta Summer Olympics? Bruce Springsteen, Celine Dion, Alanis Morissette, or Mariah Carey? The answer is Celine Dion. So if you got that right, well done. Do you know what? Someone I know has just been to see this weekend, I think, Bruce Springsteen. I think I'm right. They paid 200 quid for a ticket. Do you know that? 200 quid for a ticket. And not a sort of special ticket. A relatively standard ticket, I think. Unless they got like a posh one. But anyway, 200 quid. That's a lot of money, isn't it? So, 1 out of 3 for Rob H. 1 out of 3 for Prof. Giles. 1 out of 3 for Skewy Cat. Any 2 out of 3s? 0 out of 3 for Philip. Was it 96, was it? Okay, it's 96. But Celine Dion singing a specific song, The Power of the Dream, should nail it down for you. Apologies that I said 1990. I clearly should have written 1996. Nevertheless, though, if you knew it was Celine, then, you know, you deserve the point. 3 out of 3 for York Television. What else have we got out of 3? That's the highest score. 3 out of 3 for York Television. All right, let's move on. In the original track and field arcade game, 1984, which Olympic discipline was not featured? Well, you could throw a hammer, you could run 110-meter hurdles, you could do the long jump, because you're like... as you probably recall, but you couldn't throw a discus. So there you go. Discus throw is the correct answer for question number 4. Skewy Cat is on 1 out of 4. Let's go over to Instagram. Hello, J2COB, if that's your actual name, or it's not just been automatically assigned. Jeff, come on, man. Don't give up, my friend. It's like the Olympics. You've got to just stay in there. It's for taking part. 2 out of 3 for Adman Star, and that's 3 out of 4 now. 0 for Psychic and Jeff. 1 for Eds. Come on, guys, you can do it. Question number 5. Which famous UK face launched his own Olympics-themed version of the popular arcade game that I just mentioned in 1984? Steve Ovett, Sebastian Coe, Daley Thompson, or Duncan Goodhue? Come on, guys. Daley Thompson, isn't it? Daley Thompson. They called it Daley Thompson's Decathlon, but it was based on the Olympics. In fact, I remember seeing the Commodore 64 box with the Ocean branding on there. Has got the Olympic rings on it, and he's kind of, I think he's hurdling with his Olympic top on. Olympic legend. I met him once, absolute superstar, on the bank of the Thames in London. It was absolutely superb. Love that man. A very nice man when I met him as well. 3 out of 5 for Rob H, 4 out of 5 for York Television, 1 out of 5 for Philip Hoy, 2 out of 5 for Prof. Giles and iQuail, 4 out of 5 for Bruce, 2 out of 5 for Dr. Oculus and Skewy Cat, 3 out of 5 for Ponder. 3 out of 5 for Adman Store on the sea. Come on, Psychic Janet. Jeff, you can do it. You can do it. Ed's on 2 out of 5. I'm guessing, and badly, says Psychic Janet. I know how you feel. Question number 6. What model was the famous blue car driven by Eddie Murphy's character in the 1984 film Beverly Hills Cop? It wasn't a Ferrari, it wasn't a Ford Mustang or a Pontiac Firebird. It was a Chevy Nova, ladies and gentlemen. It was a Chevy Nova. Very distinctive car. Not an easy question, but no one said it had to be easy, right? Because sometimes in Discord you'll tell me, this week's quiz was a bit easy, and so what can I say? We've had I think the Daley Thompson's decathlon question was really straightforward. For a discerning audience of 80s and 90s heads like you, that's a pretty easy one. This is not easy. It's not easy, but you can sort of work it out. Because Ford Mustangs, Pontiacs are really cool. Ferraris are not just cool, they're really expensive. The Chevy Nova, it fits his character. The whole point about him is he's an everyman, isn't he? 2 out of 6 for DX5. 5 out of 6. Wow, Bruce 93. Epic, mate. 2 out of 6 for Prof. Giles. York Television, 5 out of 6 too. Oh, yeah, there we go. Bruce. Yeah, most of us would have got the Daley Thompson one. Hardest quiz ever, says Phil Hoy. What? I only heard of Vauxhall Nova, says Skewy Cat. 1 out of 6 for Jeffrey. Boom. Well done, Jeffrey. Psychic Janet. Yay. And Adman Star doing really, really well. Really well. Okay, cool. Question number 7 coming your way. Oh, hang on. There you go. Look, there you go. I should have brought that up. That is the car in question. In fact, that's a really cool scale model, which is all stressed and beaten up like the real thing, which you can buy, which I love. I love very niche movie prop memorabilia, you know. There you go. Right, okay, question number 7. Is the new Beverly Hills Cop Axel F on Netflix? The second movie, the third Beverly Hills Cop movie, the fourth Beverly Hills Cop movie, or the fifth? It's the fourth, ladies and gentlemen, because there were 3. There were 3 movies before this one. And yeah, so the franchise is very healthy. I think they could do another one. I think it'd be really, really good. I think it would be fab. Maybe he could kind of, you know, I've not seen this new one, so I don't know what it's about. But maybe he could sort of have lost his job or something, and he's kind of taken the job of a security guard in a Beverly Hills mansion, and there's some kind of murder and something, and then he has to work with the police who kind of hate him, and they're all modern and digital, and he's like an old gumshoe. That'd be quite an interesting narrative, wouldn't it? 2 out of 7 for DX5, 3 out of 7 for Rob H. 6 out of 7 for York Television, Bruce. 3 out of 7 for Prof. Charles and Skewy Cat. And 4 for iQuail and Dr. Oculus and Ponder. Very good. Very, very good indeed, team. Oh, God. Have I ruined the stream?